In today's video, we're looking at computer networks. The objectives for today's video. At the end of the video, you will be able to define the term network, state what is a local network, a LAN, the metropolitan area network, MAN, and a wide area network, WAN. And also, you will be able to state the different types of devices used in a LAN, MAN, and WAN. Computer network. A computer network is a connection of two or more computers and other hardware devices using communication channels. The network enables the computers to communicate with the computers that are connected to share resources, commands, data, hardware, and software. A node or station is a name given to the computing devices in a network. Examples of nodes are routers, computers, and servers. In a network, protocols are the set of rules that are used for data transformation. Each node of the network has to follow the protocols for information transferring over the wires or wireless network. The sources of generating and transmitting data are the nodes. Example of nodes are computers, switches, and modems. The nodes transfer and receive data by adhering to the protocols. This data transfer and receiving is done via connections. The architecture of the network determines the design among these logical and physical components. The physical components, the functional organization, protocols, and procedures in a network is defined by the protocols. Computer network uses resource sharing system, for example, scanners, printers, etc., can be shared using a network. So we have one printer in a room and we have about 7 computers in a room. We can network it so we can use this printer. So rather than having each of the 7 computers having one printer, we have one printer that is networked to the 7 computers in the room, as an example. Networks allows costly software and database to be shared with other users on the network. Communication is facilitated from one computer to another computer when a network is established. A network enables data and information exchange among network users. Types of computer network. We have the local area network, LAN. We have the metropolitan area network, MAN. And we have the wide area network, WAN. Local area network. The local area network is a computer network that is used in a small area, like a residence, an office, a company, or a college. Computers are connected by the use of a switch in a local area network. LAN devices. We can have a wired one where we use an Ethernet cable and we would use a hub or a switch. Hub and switches are intermediary devices in a LAN. Then the next type of LAN we can have is a wireless LAN that uses Wi-Fi. LAN devices. A wired LAN uses an Ethernet cable. The Ethernet is used to connect two or more nodes. The Ethernet straight-through cable connects different devices. Computers and a switch are different devices. So here we have the Ethernet straight-through cable, which connects the computers and the switch. The switch will be this represented by this box, right? Internet crossover cable is used to directly connect two computers. So if you want to connect this computer to this computer, you would use an Ethernet crossover cable. Metropolitan Area Network, MAN. A metropolitan area network, MAN, is the interconnections among users with resources that are computer based in a geographical area like the size of a city. MAN devices. What devices do you need to set up a metropolitan area network? So you would need switches or hubs or a router or bridges, right? The switches and hub are used for the local area network, while the router and the bridges are used to connect two or more local area networks, as we said previously. Here we have the metropolitan area network, and here we have four different local area networks, and when they're connected, you have the metropolitan area network in a area such as a city. All right. So this is a diagram representation. So these would represent the computers, right, in the local area network here. Wide area network, WAN. A wide area network, WAN, is a network that uses telecommunications in a large geographical area, like two states in the United States of America. The MAN devices, you would use end devices and intermediary devices. Here is an example of a WAN. Here you would have two local area networks that are in two different, for example, two different states. So this is an example of a wide area network. In summary, in today's video, we looked at the definition for the term computer network. We looked at the three main types of networks, which is a local area network, LAN, the metropolitan area network, MAN, and the wide area network, WAN. We also looked at the different types of devices that we use in a LAN, MAN, and WAN. So in today's video, we looked at computer networks.
Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.